You've seen a lot of changes on campus. Now it's time to find out where we're headed. Tomorrow night, President Jim Abbott's presenting the annual State of the University address. Coyote News' Teresa Johnson's at the Muck, live with President Abbott. Teresa?
Hi, thank you so much for joining us live in the Muck. President Abbott, can you tell me a little bit about your State of the University address tomorrow?
Well, I can tell you that I've been working on it for 2 or 3 days of this week during a lot of interruptions, but I've been working on it. I kind of divided into, I guess, three separate sections, and I really think you ought to show up and listen to it rather than me telling you very much about it. But I'm going to talk a little bit about what I would say is probably good news, and then I will talk about campus updates. I want to talk about challenges. So I think those are the three basic categories.
Okay, and how would you say this year's address will differ from last year's address?
Well, I don't know that it'll differ a lot, at least in terms of format. I'm not inclined to read a speech, so I try to list the topics that I think are important, and then I just talk. I'm never quite sure if that's a good idea or not, but basically that works for me, so that's what I do.
Okay, and your speech tomorrow is in Knudsen Theater at 3, and why should an average student show up to listen to your address?
I think it's at 4.
At 4, excuse me.
Well, you could be right, but I'm guessing 4. Well, you know, sometimes I think it's good for every student, faculty, and staff as well to just listen to what, sort of like the year in review. Although it's required by the Senate that I address the state of the university within 6 weeks from the beginning of school. So it's always a little bit of a difficult time because we don't get enrollment numbers until, in this case, yesterday. So we're always in a little bit of a rush. But I think what it does is kind of summarizes, at least for me, and hopefully for everybody else, where we are and where we're going and where we'd like to be.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us live, President Abbott.
Thank you.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Teresa.